This is the upgraded 72 volt speed controller. I don't know if you guys can see the prints, but I'll read it to you guys. It's 72 volt, current max 150 amps, under voltage 59 amps, and then it goes into like serial number and model type and stuff like that. For this one, I still gotta figure it out because I know you have to take this little cover off, and I just gotta figure out which phase leads go where, because I can't really tell with this cover on. So when I take it off, I'll show you guys. Got some hardware. Got the harness that goes right in here. Meow meow. Know what I'm saying? I'm not sure what this is. I actually gotta see what this is. Some type of circuit for something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. And this looks like, I guess, some type of extender for this guy. So I will also figure this out when I strip down my Surron. Obviously, I'm gonna swag you out with some stickers, some Electro Co. You know what I'm saying? And also swag me out with a dang voltmeter. I know you guys have seen this on the channel before. A lot of people have this voltmeter. It is gas. It's alright, I guess, but I'll take it. Oh, and I forgot to mention they gave you these little lead extenders as well for. Alright, so let's get into it real quick. For the speed controller, bang bang, it's gonna be, you're gonna take this bolt out, this bolt out, this bolt out, and there's a bolt right here, my fingers. So you're gonna take them out. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. And then you're gonna take the bracket off. I'm gonna show you guys all this in a second. And for the motor, there's only two mounts for this, two screws for this. It's just this one right here and this one right here. These two are for this bottom skid plate kind of thing. I guess, yeah, skid plate. All right. Now we're on the side with the little spin wheel and little chain drive, not chain drive, a little belt wheel setup thing. Same thing, just two bolts. They are right here, but this side's a little different. It has a spacer back here and this little piece. I don't know if you can guys see it. There it is. Yeah, there's a little piece right there, and it has to be like facing. It's like we'll tighten this little belt, I think. And here is the other one up here. This one goes to the other side of the skid plate. So it's these two for the skid plate. On to the next side. Just like that. Wow. Can I actually put my screws back in so I don't lose anything? Now we're hitting the speed controller, a little bit smaller of a Allen key or a little hex bolt. So we're gonna start with actually I'll start with taking out the top. It's probably the best bet. Oh no. Alright, so that's not gonna work with this. So that's actually we're gonna start with the bottom. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it loosened up a little bit, kind of like wiggle out. Had to pull out the trusty dusty Allen key wrench set. This one happens to be like a 2.5 inch or something. I don't even know. Because sometimes like everyone's got like different sets and they be saying different things, so you guys gotta feel it out. But on this set, it happens to be a 2.5. On the bottom one, it was a 4, I believe. And the other ones were
5. So these are metric, so these are M5. So this is M2.5. Take it. Oh. Seems like you gotta take these screws off too. These top ones are a little bit shorter than the bottom hole ones. You'll notice it, so just remember that. Alright, yeah. So there's 2 little Phillips head screws right under here, and you'll see them like they're right under there, usually covered in there. I know mine are. Alright, so you just take one out. Bye-bye. You guys can't mess up the screws down there. They're really weird looking. Yep. 2. Bye-bye. Make sure that's off of there. Go ahead. Pull that down. Put these screws back in where I found them. There we go. There we go. That was just like that. And now everything is mainly exposed here. See a, I don't know what's caught up here. There's probably some screws up here that I forgot to take out. Alright, on the top there's 2 more bolts that I didn't really see. So you gotta take those out. And there is also one up top, like it's like sandwiched in between I think you need like a number 8mm socket to get it out or something like that, but you see I got it out. It just takes a little time. Just don't yank it out by any means. Not yank it out. And then yeah, it's from this part you want to take out the leads because you don't want no stress on the wires and stuff like that. So you just want to take all those off as fast as you can. Try to keep that speed controller up so you can keep some tension off not tension, keep some stress off the wires and stuff like that. So this is me just trying to get all of them off like as fast as I can. There's only 5 screws, so remember that. If you got one of these little impact jars, it make things a little easier. But remember when you're putting it in, don't go too hard back down because remember it's plastic. Alright, what's up guys? It's been a couple days here and they make this stuff look so easy. It's not as easy as it looks. Even though I'm going to show you guys what to do, I had to contact Electro Company. First of all, shout out to Electro Company for reaching out to me, sending me everything I needed to know about this. You know what I'm saying? So you do not want to unplug it from the bottom, like the bottom connectors. You want to unplug it from like the connectors up top and stuff like that. So you got to take all this stuff off. So a couple bolts, like they're like right in here, wherever they are, right there. So this is for like the main harness one. The white one goes to here. I actually drew like some letters on like the previous one, so I know which ones go to which before that and stuff like that. And each connector goes to the right, like the right connector. As you guys can see, this is like for the actual speed controller that is not in the picture right now. But yeah, so you see the white one that is in the EMX kit comes just like this. It just plugs it in. Pow. This is simple, you know what I'm saying? Pow. So the next one, this little plug is hard to get out, you guys. So I'm like, just know you gotta put a little elbow grease in there. So that's the second one you plug in, and I'm gonna do the third one with you guys on camera and stuff like that. So we're gonna go through here. popped it off just like that. Just draw some little letters on it. Let's go T. And where'd that little connector just go? T. So I know which one goes to which. So you're gonna get the connector that looks like. Where is it? Oh wait, that's just for the granny mode, I just realized. Alright, so this one is for a granny mode switch, which is a, like the Electron company actually sells a optional thing, little switch to like toggle it on and off. So this wouldn't, like your sport mode or whatever, wouldn't even work. So it's always gonna be in sport mode, you know what I'm saying? This is for your voltmeter. That's the last thing. I gotta mount up here, but I kinda wanna put this thing kinda closer to fully back together before I even put that on. Alright, yeah, so I said I finished cleaning this thing up, get the rest of the wires out, and just like that, we're pretty much golden, you know what I'm saying? So stay tuned, there's some more stuff coming soon, and another thing you guys want to do when you're doing this build and stuff like that is you're going to want to see, you see this wire right here in this little connector in this little box that says, check, what does this thing say? It says up. Point at me, a little up sensor. This is actually a tip over sensor. You're gonna want this off because this thing's annoying. It's not being powered, so you don't really need this at all. So it's just like so remember to take this off. Electro company says to take it off when you're doing this, so I'm just relaying the message. Don't mind that shoe being there. I was just helping keep some of the tension off the other stuff. Oh, here we go.
Here we go. It's off now. Surron speed controller.
Alright, so you're gonna get this little piece right here. You can take your stock screw for your horn. Right there. Alright, you put this like this, and it will just go like that versus over that little rubber piece. So I'm about to install this and show you what it guys it looks like.
Alright, 1327. Yeah, for when you're installing this piece, man, like you guys are gonna need a little bit of patience here. It's not exactly so easy. But to take those pieces out where like let's take the original Surron X speed controller mounts are. It's very easy to take off. It's very straightforward. It's just like shashank. Alright, so and then you obviously just follow the arrows that Electron company gives you, which just says up and stuff like that. Each one says up, and you'll know if you messed up because the arrow will point down, which you don't want. You want it to point up. So that's very straightforward. It's a shashank, put it up in there, and I'll wait for the next part. But I feel like people still might have questions like, oh, like is other? No, I'm like, no, it's the exact same length screws. So I'm gonna let you guys. But now we're onto this little yellow thing that I had no idea. This is actually a lead connector. So that goes onto you screw that in, so you get a little bit of extra range from the new leads that Electron company gives you, and they're obviously color coded. Yo, I am color blind and I can do this, so I know you guys can do this. Just make sure to just make sure to put green to green, blue to blue, and yellow to yellow. You don't have any problems, or you won't. Especially if you do that backwards or something like that, you might just blow that motor. I don't want you guys to do that. So this is why I'm here showing you guys like this. Alright, so you want to get it you want to get the phase wires as relaxed as possible, because you're gonna have to move this thing around and get this thing to a spot where it's gonna be immobile, you know what I'm saying? So, and then let alone that, you have to make sure you put these little nuts on. You gotta make sure these nuts stay tight. So, and luckily it looks like it's some aluminum block or something like that. So hit it with a little shashank, you know what I'm saying? That's what it looks like. Alright, shashank. Just easy peasy, you know what I'm saying? Make sure them things stay on there tight. Because if those fall off, you're going to be in some real problems. You don't even know. But yeah, just put the Phillips head screws back up in there. There's only 2. It's just like 1, 2, shashank, shashank. And like that's what it looks like. It's just very straightforward. And then from there, wow. So, we got everything kind of set up. We got everything kind of staged. I usually leave the main harness out because it is easier to slide the speaker controller, the Electro company speaker controller, in this way. So you could just do it as such, like I'm showing you guys like that. I mean, you could do it however you want. It's just a riskier way if you try to bang the wires too much, or you might pinch a wire, or even like rip one out the connector or something like that. So this is me actually putting the phase wires in this way so I can make it as neat as possible. I did not want any wires popping out. I wanted to look like the factory did it, because the factory did a great job building this bike. Other than the 1,000 wires going everywhere, like the bike is phenomenally designed. But so here, like you're putting the negative lead on the top bolt. It's the black one. It's like a little black ring around it. So you really, and it says B-. B- means battery negative. So in other words, it's negative. So you're gonna screw that in, pow, 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 you know what I'm saying? And I know you guys might not see that little white thing in the back, that little white connector. You don't really need that connector. That I actually know where that connector goes to, but it does not get used while you're using this kit. So just know that. It's like a little triangle, weird looking thing. And I'm trying to get the camera right a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better. And I'm not doing the greatest job. I'm trying my best, but that you need like an Insta3. You need one of those little baby Insta3. I might invest in those. Yeah, because to show you guys like what it looks like from my angle, it's like so hard because it's either I'm wearing a GoPro and I still miss the angle, or I get a clear shot with a better camera and like maybe you guys could zoom in on YouTube or slow it down, whatever you guys gotta do. But yeah, basically this is just screwing them in. I would not recommend using. Yeah, I would not recommend using an impact driver or any type of impact wrench or something like that, because you don't want to. Remember, these are like screwed in a plastic on the board, you know, so you don't want to risk cross-threading and messing it up, or 2, just messing up the whole thread insert in general, and now your speaker controller is in for a wallop because you have no way to really secure your phase leads or your battery positive and negative leads. But yeah, I didn't put this in fast motion, guys, so you can see like the different colors and stuff like that, because you can still see the way the leads are going and stuff. But yeah, this is the last one. This one is going to the positive. Oh no, this is going to the blue one, the blue phase lead. But if you guys have any more questions, definitely like leave them in the comments and stuff below, because this stuff ain't easy. I'm gonna be the first one to say this stuff ain't easy. It was complex my first go around. Like I'm pretty good with like electric scooters, electric bikes, one wheels, like everything, you know what I'm saying? But like even like big stuff with like 250 amp 72 volt stuff, I'm pretty good at it. But this one was a little bit more complex, just because of all the wiring. You had to make sure everything was right, because you didn't want to mess around and plug something into a port where it's not supposed to be plugged in. So it's all good. And there's a lot of sensors on this bike. A lot of sensors. I'm not a fan of that. Like the kickstand sensor, you gotta unplug that. You don't need that. I mean, that's not it. I'm just talking, guys. But yeah, this is the battery positive guy. So you're just gonna put it in just like that, pop out. And I don't know if you guys can see, but there's 5 bolts or screws, and it's gonna be battery negative up top, the yellow lead, the green lead, the blue lead, and finally the main positive lead. Yeah, some people actually put it on like a little stool or something and do this and try to jam it all in there. I found this to be a little bit more time consuming, but less stressful on the controller. I do want this controller for a while, so I was like, what's sacrificing a little time to make sure my fit looks right and stuff like that, because you do not want no poopy fit. You want a nice snug fit with all of your wires. You don't want nothing getting pinched. You don't want nothing potentially getting severed if in a crash or something like that. Internally, I'm talking about, there's always going to be, like, if you tank out and you wreck your throttle or you wreck your throttle wire, that's always like a chance if you crash into like a fence or something. But like, I digress. Hopefully you guys ain't out there crashing the fences. But yeah, this is the last part. You just put the little plastic piece back on. It's just 2 Phillips head screws. Shashank. Just like that. Alright, the last thing I'm going to show you guys is, well, first what this thing looks like when it's on there and stuff like that. But I'm just walk you through quick little thing. There's only, the Electro company gives you these 4 bolts right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 with the nuts on the back. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll zoom in a little bit. There we go. Yeah, so there's like those nuts on it just like that. But this is what it's going to look like when it's all finished. But the one part that is a little confusing is this part right here. It just looks weird, and this is what it looks like. So the little lip is going to be facing on like the outside part of this. So if anyone has any questions, don't mind this. This has to be like put on. It's like all taped up because I have been writing and stuff like that. But I'll put the mount back on in a little bit. Yeah, this is what it looks like, guys. One other thing I do need to tell you guys, when you guys are putting on the breaker switch, there's gonna be a little, I don't know if you guys can see it, there's like a little red and white wire. That is for the ignition. Make sure you plug in the little white connector when you put this all back together, whether you're just using regular leads or you put like a different, I have a different connector on mine. I have a QS8 connector on mine. But that's for like another video, another day, or I'm sure there's enough videos on how to put QS8 connectors on. But more importantly, you just want to make sure you put plug in that white connector. It's like a little 2-pin connector. Just definitely do not forget that, because you'll put this whole thing back together, and sure enough, the thing won't turn on, and you have to take it all apart again. That did happen to me. So I just want to tell you guys that connector is mints. You need to have that at any given time plugged in so you can turn your key switch on and off. And basically that's it, guys. Like, this is what it looks like. I'm gonna put up some more videos on how it rides and how it performs, guys. Stay tuned for more. Peace.